Good morning, my YouTube viewers. It's Crystal here, and what I'm doing in this video, it's a code review on doing a frequency distribution. And if you have watched my previous videos, my two of my earlier videos were how to make a an ungrouped frequency distribution using Excel and a group frequency distribution using Excel. And I thought that since I had done the video making frequency distributions in Excel, then perhaps it would be a good idea to make frequency distributions in Python. It's easier to make a frequency distribution in Excel, but you can also do it in Python, which is what we're going to do in this video, which is going to be a code review, first for an ungrouped frequency distribution, and then secondly for a grouped frequency distribution. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing in Python that I had previously done in Excel. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do the ungrouped frequency distribution, and we're going to import two libraries. The first one being pandas SPD, which is going to create your data frames and process the data. And the second one is matplotlib.pyplot_splt, which is going to visualize the data, because you always want to visualize your data. Then after we've imported our libraries, then what we need to do is we need to set up the data and the data frame. So our data is going to be a name, team, and score. And then so I've just got some names that I made up in the name section, and then I put the team that they were in the name section, in the data, being yellow, black, pink, or green. And then we're going to put their scores as if they were students. And so you've got name, team, and score. And then we're going to convert that to a data frame. So df equals pd.dataframe data. And so you can see the data frame here that we have, which is 15 names with their team and their score set up in the data frame. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is, since this is an ungrouped frequency distribution, we want to find out their teams. So teams equals df team dot value counts, and that gives you your frequency distribution. And teams equals teams dot reset index, and so that makes the index being 0 to 3, because in Python the first number is always 0, and then you can see teams. And so we have created a data frame of the value counts of the teams. And so you can see you've got 4, 4, 4, and 3. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create a pie chart of the teams. And the thing that you need to keep in mind is pie charts are good if you don't have a lot of categories. And since we only have 4 categories, then this would be a good idea for a pie chart, which is y equals teams count, my labels equals teams team. plt.py y comma labels equals my labels. plt.title is teams, and plt show. So you can see that you can see we've got a pie chart of the teams being black, yellow, green, and pink. But unfortunately, they've got pink is green, and green is red, and yellow is blue, and black is orange. But you can see the teams. So that was our ungrouped frequency distribution. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that data and we're going to make a group frequency distribution out of it. So scores equals df score dot value counts, scores equals scores dot reset index, and then scores. So now what we're doing is we're doing a frequency distribution of the values of the score. And so you can see we've got 14 because you've got 2 scores that are 90 and then 1 everything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to create bins. So bins are going to be 49, 59, 69, 79, 89, 100. And the labels are going to be F, D, C, B, A. And so scores bins equals PD dot cut scores score comma bins labels equals labels and then scores. So here we go. We have taken the data frame created and we have binned it. And so now the bins are going to be a grade. So A to F. And you notice we've got 1 F in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a pivot table, which is what we created in Excel as well. Pivot equals scores dot pivot table. Index equals binned. Values equals score. And ag function equals count. Pivot equals pivot dot reset index because you want to make the index being 0 to 4. And then your pivot. So you've got here FDCBA, and then it tells you how many values you have of each grade. How many grades you have. And so now after we've done that, then what we want to do is we want to make a bar chart. I mean, you could have made a pie chart, but in this instance, I think a bar chart would be better because the bar chart kind of like tells you how many you have of each grade. So plt.bar brackets pivot binned comma pivot score comma color equals pink, width equals 0.4, plt.x label is grades, plt.y label is number of students with each grade, plt.title is student scores, and then you have plt show, and now we've got our bar chart. And you'll see that we had 1 F, we had 2 Ds, we had 3 Cs, 3 Bs, and we had 5 As. So that's how you make a frequency distribution. Firstly, it was ungrouped, and then secondly, it was grouped. And I will say, as far as I'm concerned, it was more difficult for me to do it in Python than it was Excel, because Excel, you've got just a few keystrokes, and then Python, you had to write it as a program. But in my videos, I've given you two ways to do it, really 3 ways to do it, because one is Google Sheets or Excel, because Google Sheets is very similar to Excel. Excel has greater functionality because obviously you have to pay for that software package, whereas Google Sheets is free, and Python. So now you've got 3 software packages that you use to make frequency distributions. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video. If you like it, please like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching my video. And I look forward to making more videos for you in the future.